to with this message in this time of unease about this attack.
Right. That's why it's so difficult to sort of, and first of all, it's sort of ghoulish, but it's necessary to talk about how these terrible terrorist attacks affect politics and all the rest. But it also makes it so difficult to sort of figure it out or to parse it out, because both of these candidates seem to be speaking to the voters that they've already got in their column. Hillary Clinton is making an anti-Trump argument to people who already were going to vote for her, and Donald Trump is making an anti-Hillary argument to people who are already going to vote for him. The people in the middle, these 13%, it's difficult to figure out which message is going to win over the lion's share of that group. And I think it's sort of a jump ball at this point. I do think that, all things being equal, these kinds of events are better for Donald Trump. I think the messaging from the White House helps Donald Trump. You know, this is not a big deal, nothing to see here, remain calm, all is well, sort of like Kevin Bacon in Animal House. That helps Donald Trump, because Donald Trump can say, you know, are you going to believe them, or are you going to believe your lying eyes? And that's a helpful message for him.
Yeah. Let's pull up the most recent poll. Who do you trust to do a better job on terrorism, which, you know, comes to the forefront in everybody's minds when this happens. And they're really neck and neck, 47 to 46. When yesterday he was speaking about the treatment of this person who's in custody now and how he's going to get great treatment, he'll have a great lawyer, and that he doesn't believe that's the way things should be done in this country. He wanted a speedy trial and a harsh judgment. How do you think that plays?
I think it's a perfect example of him sort of trying to sell himself to people who've already bought the product. Trump's base loves that kind of talk. He loves the hyperbole based in it. Doesn't care about some of the sort of stretches of the truth, because they want to see a change of the playbook, as Donald Trump says. That kind of talk also scares the dickens out of Hillary Clinton supporters, you know, because it sounds like he's trying to bypass due process and the rule of law. He's trying to sort of say that citizens don't have the right to a trial, and all the rest. And that is something that's going to scare a lot of people too. The question again is, what does it say about these 13%? And part of the problem is they're so talking past each other. Donald Trump has a better message when it comes to sort of willpower, gut instinct, and all that kind of thing. Hillary Clinton has a better message when it comes to expertise and knowledge. So she's saying, I know more, and he's saying, I don't care what you know, my gut tells me, my gut is on the right side of this issue. And it's tough to score those, because they sail past each other.
Well, her "I know more" claim goes right into the argument that he will make about, but he'll say you haven't done a great job. We're about to hear from the president at the United Nations, and he's going to call for the United States to bring in another 100,000 Syrian refugees, and that sort of has the predictable debate that follows that about these people, how well we can vet them, all of that. How does Hillary Clinton, in light of the fact that Angela Merkel made a stunning statement, she said, if I could turn back time, I would, about letting all the refugees into Germany. I mean, wow, that's an amazing moment in this discussion, I think.
No, I think that's right. And there's an irony here, because Barack Obama is desperate to get Hillary Clinton elected president as a way to solidify his legacy and all the rest. And the problem is that his actual policies and his approach to these kinds of things, I think, is actually a great boon to Donald Trump. Letting in 100,000 refugees, whether or not it's the right policy, the wrong policy, there are interesting debates on both sides of that, politically, particularly after this weekend with the terrorist attacks, is just a gift to Donald Trump if he has the discipline to not overstate the case and not, I think the silly Skittles tweeting by Donald Trump Jr. is not helpful to them. But it's a great message environment for Donald Trump, because I think most Americans are nervous about something like that.
Jonah, thank you. Good to see you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
We are only days from the